Real quick, I'm going to jump into this video and just tell you guys motorcycle content coming Sunday. I actually have a giveaway announcement coming up. I'm going to do something a little bit different, trying to help support the moto vlogging community the best way that I can. So stay tuned. That video should be dropping this Sunday. And with that being said, I'll jump back into my AMP Research PowerStep video now. Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm coming to you guys with another Follow-Up Friday video.
Follow-Up Friday.
And today what I'm going to be talking about is these AMP Research. These are the PowerStep EXTREME PowerSteps on my 2015 GMC Sierra. Now these have been on my truck for just under 2 years. I believe it's a month under 2 years. Prior to these steps being on the truck, I actually had the original AMP Research PowerSteps for just over 2 years. So all in, I have about just over 4 years experience running with AMP Research PowerSteps. I've received a ton of comments from people curious to know about longevity, how they'll hold up in ice and snow and mud and those types of environments. And I've actually had the opportunity to run these PowerSteps in two different configurations, the originals and then the extremes in different environments. So when I first got the PowerSteps on this truck, they were the base model or original model is what you would call it. And only one of these arms was motorized. Now with the extremes, you actually get dual motors. So you have motors on each one of those assemblies, which is nice because you have more power. Power is always a good thing. So in my experience, it is just a much more refined version of those steps. It's more of a positive engagement, but all in, I'm a huge fan of these steps. Now, one of the comments I get frequently from people is that they're just too expensive. Why would you spend so much money on steps? And really the answer is pretty simple. In my opinion, it's the perfect solution for somebody like me. I have a child, I have a wife, or anybody out there who might even have elderly or something like that that need help getting into a vehicle. There's plenty of cheaper steps out there. You can look at $300 steps all you want. There's a lot of downfalls to those steps. Number one, in my experience on an older truck that I had, those steps that don't retract, they're kind of hanging down here and they pick up a ton of road debris. In my experience in Buffalo, road salt, things like that, and the powder coating just takes a total beating. With these, they kind of tuck up in and they don't take as much of that road debris. On top of that, you also, with those other steps, well, actually, when you open this up, you see when you have steps that are hanging down like this, you lose so much ground clearance. Now, typical steps would be a little bit higher than what these are, but still, you're losing ground clearance. So if you're gonna go off-road or even go over a curb or anything like that, you run the risk on regular steps to high center the vehicle. So with these, when you close them, you're actually gaining back all of the ground clearance that you had without the steps being in the way. It's awesome. In my experience, my daughter getting in the back of the truck, it's a nice firm place for her to step, not even so much getting in the truck because she can kind of heave herself in there, but getting out of the truck. It's a nice positive step to step on between falling to the pavement. So I know she appreciates them. Now you guys know I just announced on my channel, I pre-ordered a 2021 Ford F-150 and they actually offer the PowerSteps as an option. I almost went with it because it's really sharp. You walk up to the truck and the proximity key will actually present the steps to you. But I actually just went out to a dealership and one thing I noticed is that the PowerSteps on the OEM steps actually don't go down as low. They kind of are a much higher step and that I don't like. And they're also much slower. They come out sooner, but they are slower. It's kind of a give or take. I might be splitting hairs here, but the nice thing for the OEM Ford steps that I really like and why I almost went with them is because they're actually longer. What you see here on my truck, which is an extended cab currently, I am going to be going to a crew cab in the Ford. They run them longer on the crew cab and you can actually use them to get up into the bed and grab things, which is a very nice attention to detail thing from Ford. So I do like that they do that. But what I will be doing on that Ford is probably just ordering the steps stock length and then cheating them back a little bit to still have that little step because it is nice for kind of hopping up and kind of grabbing something that's deep in the back of the bed here. It's easier to get it that way. So that is something I will be doing on the Ford, is going with the AMP Research PowerSteps instead of the OEMs. because I think it's actually a better step. Now, to address those people who are concerned about weather, the original steps that I actually had in Buffalo where they got snowed, ice, that kind of wet stuff that kind of blows up on the truck and then freezes in place, and you end up with these monster pieces of ice up by the front of the steps. I never had any problems with them coming down, and that was even before I had the Extremes on here now. So I never had any problems with the single motors. As I had told you guys, I do appreciate the dual motors more. I think it's a nicer, just overall product to get those two motors. But I've only had the Extremes here in Arizona. We don't get a whole lot of freezing anything, and I've had no problems with it. I've actually been on a job site where part of dust control on these job sites is they have to run water trucks around those sites. Well, when they're running water trucks over just the desert, what you get is this almost like a clay type substance. It's a really wet sand, and in bulk amounts of it, it basically just cakes onto the truck, and you get just, it's brutal to clean. I'm talking quite a bit of pressure washing to get it clean. And the steps hold up great. So I've had no issues with them as far as that stuff goes. They've held up really well to it. I'll just show you guys up close what these look like after, well, these have been weathered for 2 years. And they're in really great shape. The powder coating is held up really well. These are basically dusty. I could polish these up if I want to, but they're steps on a truck. I really don't care too much about them being shiny, I guess you'd say. A really nice texture on these boards. They are never slippery, in my opinion, when they're wet. They're really just great, nice grip on these steps. But you can see when you shut the door, the motorized assembly there just goes up, and yeah, they're in really good shape. Looking underneath them, which might be kind of difficult to see, but you know, no problems at all. So one thing that I would recommend with these steps, something that I've probably waited longer than I should have to add in, they did not send them out when they sent them originally. These were sponsored videos, so they sent what they sent, but I did go ahead and buy the switch, which you can see I actually took an old cigarette lighter out, one of the adapters there, and put a switch in. So now what I can do is put the steps up, and in that up position, they won't come down. So now they're permanently up, which can be nice in an off-road situation if you don't want the steps to come down, or in mud situations, you know, you may not want the steps to come down. But what I find most useful is locking them down. To be able to do that and drop both boards going into the car wash is a very, very nice feature. And accidentally, something I certainly did not plan, which is kind of interesting, is when I close this, it automatically returns that switch to neutral, putting those PowerSteps back in their automatic running mode. This switch is timed. After 30 minutes, if you lock this up, it will, after 30 minutes, go back to just normal operation mode again. So this is just a temporary sort of solution. But if you're in a situation where you're parked off-road and you don't want those steps to go down, you know, you can temporarily keep them from going down. You also can just unplug the OBD2 port, which is how these are powered. We'll come back to that in a moment. And when you unplug that, the steps will just retract themselves. So if you want to keep them in a position, especially if you're taking it into a shop where they might put it up on a lift or something like that, I would recommend putting them in the position where you unplug the OBD2. A lot of times a shop is going to unplug the OBD2 anyways because they're going to be doing diagnostics, but it is nice just to kind of pull that out and kind of let it hang there, and that way the steps are just disabled while the truck is in a shop, possibly up on a lift. You don't want to ding them up. Really easy to do that. So I have people that have said to me in comments, well, I don't want to use the OBD2 port because it's bad, or like it's going to affect the computer, or it limits me to be able to put a tuner on there, or there's other purposes for an OBD2 port. To them, I would say there's splitters you can buy for like $12. I'll find one and link it in the description down below. You can run basically as many OBD2 things that you need to that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm not a tech. If somebody else has any information, drop it in the comments down below. Do your own research, but the way I understand it, there is no harm, no foul to put anything into an OBD2 port to run any of these accessories in that manner. So it's easier than having to wire the whole thing into door sensors and all that stuff, which the old versions you had to. With this, you're basically just running it in, and I'll show you here, installation-wise. And you can watch my other videos to see how they're installed. It's actually quite a simple process, to be totally honest with you. But Pop the engine bay here, and you can see this is the step controller. Basically, it's just wired into the battery. This is the controller, which runs down for mine through this wheel well. Pay no mind, this is my accessory bank that I homemade kind of thing for my off-road lights, which was one of my original videos on YouTube. Maybe that's another follow-up Friday video. But I just run it down the wheel well, goes up underneath the truck, down the frame rails, wires into the steps. The only real modification that you have to do to your vehicle is underneath the carpet. These two purple wires, they run up underneath the carpet, up through this rubber grommet, which is literally like the easiest thing to poke through. This goes into the OBD2 port. You plug them in. There's your steps, and as you can see, close the door, open the door, back to operational. That is how those steps work. I think they're awesome. Honestly, I think it's one of the best mods that I've done to my truck. In terms of usability, that is, it's just a really great thing. They are an interesting talking point. People love them. When they see them, they think it's the coolest thing. I think that starts to kind of dwindle down after a while. I think it's becoming more common for people to have steps like that on their truck. But it's kind of an interesting talking point. Certainly a unique thing to put on the truck from a retrofitting standpoint. I love them. I would recommend them, honestly. I think they're awesome steps. Again, AMP sent those to me for a review. I appreciate that. So understand that is my relationship with AMP. It's important that you guys know that, because anytime you watch these reviews, people need to tell you when things are provided to them. Very important for you guys to understand the information that it is that you're receiving on the internet. So guys, that is my follow-up Friday. Kind of a quick one, but an important one on the AMP Research PowerSteps on my 2015 GMC Sierra. I will again link these in the description down below. You can look up for your model number. They're obviously different for every truck. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys next time.